I know this radio's kind of finicky. Okay.
Okay.
I think we're just gonna have to deal with it.
125.6. That's Huntsville approach. We're going to next. We will do 120.0. Where are we? Okay, that'll be our next one. Okay, still no one there, no one there, no one on final. Redstone traffic, Skyhawk 871 Charlie Papa is taking 35 for departure to the north, Redstone traffic. Weird.
Yep.
Okay, I've got 35 there. I've got 35 there. I've got 35 here. 35, and let's put down here. Get out the way. Alrighty. Heels to the floor. And off we go. And airspeed is alive. Gauges are to green, 55. We will smoothly rotate. Tap the brakes. Climb out at BY. Now I'm waiting for the heat to heat up. It's just like cold air blowing on me.
Does that help?
Okay, yeah, that's better. Got a lot of performance today. Redstone traffic, Skyhawk 871, Charlie Papa is departing the pattern to the northeast. Last call, Redstone traffic. And to the north. Pull some power out, level off, switch over. Oh, fuck.
Nope. How does it sound for you now?
I'm still scratchy.
Yeah. How about now?
That's a little better.
Okay, we'll go with that then.
Alright.
You're already on 125.6. There you go.
There you go. Don't hear anybody. Huntsville approach, Skyhawk 871 Charlie Papa off of Redstone, 2,000 feet.
Same request. We would like VFR flight following the northeast practice area 871 Charlie Papa.
Charlie Papa,
5560-871 Charlie Papa.
You can hear him?
Yeah.
Okay, I can hear him.
I have control.
You have the controls.
Yeah, your foggles.
Oh, okay.
Charlie Papa, radar contact 4 miles north, Redstone, North, Huntsville, altimeter's 2996.
2996, 871 Charlie Papa.
Okay, now I heard. Okay, I have the foggles on.
Okay, you have control.
I have the controls.
You can climb us up to 3,500.
Up to 3,500.
And worst case, I'll monitor frequency just because I can probably hear them better.
Okay.
And I enjoy it. While you're climbing, you can attempt to knock out the climb checklist.
Okay. Airspeed 75 to 85. Check. Where are we? Throttle's full open. Throttle's full. Mixture's full rich. The en-route climb is complete.
Okay.
Feet. Did you fly yesterday?
Yep.
Was it nice?
Yep.
I came up here to get the books, and was like, oh man, it's just a great day to be flying.
That's how it be.
Yeah.
Hopefully it stays like that until Monday morning.
Well, I looked at the weather forecast keeps looking better. All right, so we'll push this down. Pitch. Set the power. I don't think I need much trim. Doesn't feel like it. Alright, so cruise checklist. Power is 21 to 27. Rudder's trimmed. And lean is for maximum RPM. Directional gyro is set. Alrighty, and cruise checklist is complete.
Okay, using GPS here, I want you to program in Shelbyville, KSYI.
KSYI. So we're going to go direct.
So maintain your 360 heading, okay?
Okay. Okay. Activate is enter, correct?
Yep. Okay. So now I want you to fly that magenta line that you created.
Okay.
what's your altitude?
Trying to get back down to 3,500.
Okay.
So, direct, no. That's a DKT or DTK?
What are you flying right now? What will be your track according to the GPS?
According to the GPS, my track is 14.
Okay.
014.
And how far are we from Shelbyville according to the GPS?
42.6 miles.
Okay.
What is this, DTK?
Direct track.
Direct track,
So
okay.
that means from when you initiated, that's what you would need to fly.
Okay.
Now, in this plane specifically, obviously you're using 91 Fox, so it's a little bit different, right?
Yes.
91 Fox, it will give you the same stuff. Will it give you information about winds?
Yes.
Yep. So if you're using that, right, with the glass here, right?
Yes.
Are you gonna match the heading indicator, or what are you going to use to account for winds?
That's a little diamond.
Yep.
Correct? Okay.
Yep, the diamond magenta, good. So you'll see, because here on our heading indicator, what would you see? You would see a magenta line, right?
Yes.
That makes sense?
Yes.
Now, while we're tracking this, I want you to tune and identify the rocket VOR.
Rocket VOR. Rocket VOR is 12.112.2. Right, so 112.2, it's already set in. So we have to switch to...
So before you do that, we have to ID it, right?
Yes.
You remember how to do that?
You have to turn the comm? No.
So,
No, I don't know. I don't remember how to do that.
So, 3 steps, right? First step, tune it in, which we've done, right? We have to push, and then 91 Fox is on the touchscreen. See how it says volume and push ID?
Yes.
So push that V here. So now you see there's an ID, right?
Yes.
Obviously we don't hear it, right? It
Correct.
won't be comms because that deals with our radios, right?
Uh-huh.
What is this? It's not comms, what's the other system that we have?
GPS?
Not GPS. We have comms 1 and 2, right?
Uh-huh.
And then we have another set that's attached with this.
The navigation?
There you go. Navigation is up here. So you can push nav 1 here.
Okay.
So you can push that. Do we have a positive ID?
I want to hear it again just to make sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so now you can hit that, hit the ID off. So now we established that 112.2 is rocket, right?
Correct.
Now, now we have 2 navs, right? Nav 1, nav 2.
Yes.
The one that we just messed with, which one does it apply to for these 2?
That's this one.
Yep. But because we know it works now we know that this is right, we can trust that this is also correct.
Okay.
For the second one, does that make sense?
Yes.
You can also check it on nav 2, obviously.
Okay.
Now, can we rely on this right now, or is there something else that we have to do first?
We have to turn that to match.
So what I want you to do is I want you to tone this so that we can go to the rocket VOR.
We go to the rocket VOR?
Yep.
Right, so that would be...
Have you done the right steps to
No.
use this? What are you missing?
Then,
There's an in-between step. What system are you using right now in terms of navigation on this?
oh, now we have to change. CDI, correct?
Yep, there you go. So gotta push it a little bit harder.
There we go. Eli mode, and then...
So now I want you to tune it so that it gives us a heading to fly to the VOR, and then we'll make the appropriate tone once you're set up.
Okay, so if we tune this, so now this is now we're on the outbound, correct? Because the from tag is showing that the line is coming from that.
Okay.
So all we have to do now is turn this 180 degrees, then we get the 2 tag, bring that in, and that's our 2.
Okay, so now I want you to fly, we can make a tone to the right, and you can intercept that.
Okay. Standard rate turn.
In the standard rate tone, how fast or how many degrees are you moving?
How many degrees are you moving?
Yep.
I don't understand here, the question.
If you hold the standard rate tone, right, which you're not holding, how long would it take us to go 2 minutes? Or how long would it take us to go 360?
Is that 2 minutes?
Yep.
Okay.
So that means then if it takes 360 to go 360 degrees, it takes us 2 minutes to go 180. What does that mean?
Should take you a minute.
It take you a minute. So 180 degrees in 1 minute, how many degrees are we going per second?
180 degrees in a minute.
Yep.
3 degrees.
Yep. So remember, standard rate.
That's not what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So standard rate is 3 degrees per second. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Now, is a standard rate tone affected by speed?
Is a standard rate turn affected by speed?
If we are, let's say, because right now you're at what, 2200 RPM?
Yes.
Let's say we were at 24, we're going to be going a little faster. Would that affect our standard rate?
I imagine so.
Okay, yep. So it would. So these older aircraft, would they have a fix? That's the average rough.
Okay.
The more modern ones, you'll actually see that standard rate indicator, those banks,
Yes.
move as you change speed.
Oh, okay.
Because it is a factor of speed.
And now I fly this till the CDI starts coming in. When it gets to the edge of the ball, then so I should start turning, if I remember correctly.
So as we get closer to the rocket VOR, are we going to get more sensitive or less sensitive?
A lot more.
Until when?
Until you're right over it.
And what do we call that area that's right over it? Well, we don't have good...
Zone of confusion?
Yep.
Okay. It's almost like the same thing in photography.
Yep.
Alright. Bring it back up a bit.
Are you flying the right heading?
Yes. Because we're to the rocket,
Okay.
and we're in the middle.
Are you flying the right heading though? What heading does it say that we should follow for this?
Are you on here?
No, for this. Because you see how we're now to the right of the line? You were holding a 210 when you should have been holding closer to a 180.
Okay.
Because remember, this magenta is no longer accurate. That's a GPS now. That's the truth source. And you see how you're to the right of the line?
Okay.
So remember, whatever heading you find that gets you to it, that's what you need to ultimately match here.
Okay.
When you're using localizer or the navigation. If you were using GPS, that's a different story, right?
Okay. So I'll hold this, and then do I have to turn the CDI to match?
Nope.
Okay.
Because that is telling you what line of bearing you want to use to get to the rocket VOR, right?
Okay.
And another tip, If you want to intercept, usually you should do no more than 20 degrees, because then you're basically you're going to whip it too hard.
Okay.
So you see how you're still drifting to the left?
Yes.
Because watch what happens now. See how it's back centered?
Yeah.
You whip it to the right to get it lined up.
Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah. So you usually don't want to go more than 20 degrees either side to do an intercept.
Okay.
So in order to follow this line of bearing, which is, let's say 180, what heading do you need to put in your heading indicator? Is it going to
Okay.
be...
I don't know.
Look, you're tuned to the 180 bearing that brings you to the rocket VOR, right?
Yes.
You want to keep this line from going left or right. What heading do you have to put here to match this, assuming calm winds? If you want to follow this line of bearing, this line is in the middle. What heading do you have to hold here to match this?
I don't know.
It's the exact same one, Tim.
Okay.
If it's a 180 and there's calm winds, you have to hold the 180.
Okay.
Now for you, because it's to the right of us, we have to hold the 210 to re-intercept it.
Okay.
That makes sense now?
Yes.
So whatever line of bearing you tune to, that should be the initial one that you capture. Now if you're going to drift because of wind, then you can change it a bit so that it stays straight and level. Now it's coming in, start your tone to follow 180. Now you've captured it and you see now how the line will stay there?
Yes.
Obviously it's going to move a lot as we get closer. Give me a right turn heading 360.
Right turn to 360.
Does that make sense, no?
Yes.
And a trick that you can do is you can use your orange heading indicator. Once you figure out which the heading will keep you straight and level, you can use that and make a note so that that's what you would need, assuming you had very strong winds.
Okay.
Give me descent down to 3,000 feet, that's your turning to 360.
Descent to 3,000 feet.
And you're clear, no traffic.
Alright, 360. Descent down to 3,000.
heading 090.
Right turn 090. At 3,000?
Yep. Okay, so I retuned your VOR at 030. Let me know when we are crossing the 030 radial of the rocket VOR. Okay?
Okay.
So we're gonna hold 090. When will we know that we're crossing that radial?
The indicator is going to cross through the middle.
Okay.
All right. There's right in the sun. Thank you.
Yep.
Approximately 490-802. Say request.
I'd like to pick up for Smyrna, Mike Quebec Yankee.
190-802, squawk 1752, down 2.
Yeah, 4.9 for 0802.
Contact Dave North Casper Airport, cleared to the Mike Quebec Yankee Airport direct, maintain 6,000.
Clear direct, Mike Quebec Yankee, maintain 6,000, 0802.
002, read back to back, North altimeter 2995.
2995, 0802.
Okay, I'm tired of this. Let's go right on 270.
Right turn 270.
You get the idea.
Yeah.
We've done unusual attitudes before. I've shown you what happens when you're in a steep spiral, right?
Yes. No.
Okay.
Wait. In a steep spiral?
Yeah, when you're under the hood.
No.
Okay. Climb up to 4,000 as you're heading to 270.
Contact number center 128.15.
2816,
So what's your procedure if you end up getting into inadvertent IMC?
You do a standard right turn back the way you came, so it's 180 degrees.
Any altitude changes?
I'm sorry?
Do you do any altitude changes?
No.
Oh.
Alright, where's 270? And up to 4,000.
Right tone heading 360.
Right turn at 360.
Almost there, halfway there. To our 0.6.
Oh, okay.
I won't do my unusual attitudes, but what's the procedure? You're pointing high. What do you need? What's your procedure?
If you're pointing high, the power goes in and the yoke goes, everything goes forward.
Okay, 360.
360.
And if you're pointing down?
You're pointing down, it's the opposite. Yep. Yoke and throttle come towards you. It's like pull up and pull the power out.
And always make sure, the other thing is, make sure you bring wings level. A lot of guys always forget that. but it's still part of your recovery procedure. If you're in a spin, what is your recovery procedure?
Spin recovery procedure, power comes out, wings go level, rudder breaks the spin, and elevator to pull out of the dive.
So do you pull it up or push it down?
You pull it up.
Nope. Elevator goes down.
To come out of a spin?
Yep. What's happening when you're in a spin?
You're stalling with the yaw.
Yep, so one wing is more stalled than the other, right?
Yes.
So when we stall, we're breaking what? Where have we exceeded?
The critical angle of attack.
Yep, we're pulling up on the elevator to help us. If you're in a stall, does pulling on the elevator help you recover?
If you're in a stall, no.
No.
But
so a spin is just an uneven stall.
yeah.
So you have to push it down to break the stall. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you hit the other...
Yes. No, wait. Yes.
Yeah, all the spin is an uneven stall.
Okay, back to 4,000.
Okay, now we're gonna have some fun. You can level, you can hold at 4,000.
Okay.
Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna close your eyes, duck your head, and you're going to initiate a left tone, and I'll let you know when you're stable on a standard rate tone to the left. Okay?
Okay.
Set your RPM to around 2100. Okay? You can start, close your eyes, duck your head.
Okay.
You can start left tone. Little more of a tone, more. Okay? Pitch that nose up just a bit. Okay? So right now you're in a standard rate tone, okay?
Okay.
And then you can and if you think you need to make any adjustments, you can. So what this is mimicking is you're entering IMC, right? You decide to do your 180, right?
Okay.
I'm just gonna say keep pitching up a bit. There you go. And then yep, just hold it. Do you still feel like you're in a tone?
Not now, no.
So everything feels like it's level, right?
Yes.
That's your ear getting used to that position, right?
Yes. And now it feels like we're...
Recover. So you see, you think you're holding level, right?
Uh-huh.
But you almost lost 500 feet, right?
Yes.
And I have control.
You have the controls.
And the biggest thing is, what happens is, to people, I'll bring us back to the 360 as I do this, but we're toning, right?
Yes.
They don't trust the instrument to feeling the senses. They're like, okay, I'm not toning anymore, so they bank it more.
Uh-huh.
And you can see how we're descending fast.
Yes.
The initial reaction is, oh, I'm descending, I gotta pull up. What happens? I just dropping even more.
Yes.
And then eventually you pop out of the clouds, almost like this. Because you see how quickly we can get that bank in?
Yes.
That's why it's important that you always check your instruments on the ground and verify that they work so that you can trust them, right?
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
But that is what we refer to as the deep spiral or depth spin.
Okay.
Because you're essentially doing this because your body's telling you, saying, hey, you know, once that fluid kind of relaxes and you're no longer feeling that bang, your body's now telling, or if you rely on your body, it's telling you like, hey, you gotta add more bank in. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you have to fight those urges and rely on your instruments to walk. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just getting us back up to 3,500. Okay. Now, okay, you have control.
I have the controls.
You have control.
I have the controls.
So now with that, the other thing that you also need to check is cross-checking your instruments with each other, right?
Yes.
So like an instrument fly, what's the most important? The attitude, right?
Yes.
However, the attitude won't be the fastest one, right? So like start a bank 270.
270.
notice it's easier to register the tone than it is for the attitude to match, right?
Okay, yes.
So that means, so that's why we always are cross-checking that with another instrument. All instruments are what I like to call dual backup.
Okay.
There's always another one that you can tell, right?
Yes.
Because, for example, let's say your altimeter failed, right?
Yes.
What would be an old indication that you're descending?
The vertical speed.
Vertical speed is delayed, but your airspeed will also show, right?
Okay.
Because if you're descending, you'll see that speed's building up, right?
Okay.
Because vertical speed relies on a comparison of two different diaphragms or the computer, right?
Yes.
So it won't register as fast.
Okay.
So those minor things, obviously in the tone, you can also use your attitude, your tone coordinator to tell if you're in the bank, right?
Yes.
So it's those small ones that will give you cues and hints. It won't be as nice as the original, but it gives you the cue nonetheless, right?
Correct.
And then the other important thing is make sure, you know, I don't know what scan you've adopted, but like I like to use the hub and spoke because that pushes the attitude is the most important.
Yes.
But probably every other cycle, I go here. Every other cycle, I check here. Every other cycle, I check here. So you're not just focusing on D6 because you have all these other systems that you also have to be monitoring, right?
Yes.
Okay, we're almost at 0.6, so give me a direct to KMDQ.
Okay, so let's go direct. And now fly dimension to line.
Okay. So, relative, where are we now? Where are we relative to MDQ?
We are northwest.
Okay. Now, is your CDI indicator showing MDQ? There you go. Always make sure, once you set that, make sure you verify with that, whichever system you're trying to use. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so right now, as you established, we're on the western side of MDQ, right?
Yes.
We know that MDQ, runway 18 is left traffic, and then 36 is right traffic, right?
Correct.
So either case, we're going to have to get to the other side, right?
Correct.
What are we planning to do for that?
Okay, we are going to stay at least 500 feet above traffic pattern altitude. Then we'll teardrop into whichever runway we're going to take.
Okay. I tuned in AWAS and CTAF for so exact.
Okay.
On COM 2, so we can.
55150.
Yes, sir, 55150.
Third call. Contact Memphis Center, 128.15.
1000 temperature 3 Celsius, dew point 2, altimeter 2, niner 7.
What's your altitude?
Huntsville Executive Airport. Automatic weather observation 1327 Zulu. Weather, wind, calm, visibility 10, clear. Below 2000, temperature 3 Celsius, dew point 2, altimeter 2, niner 7.
Okay, so winds are calm.
Winds are calm. 299 and we are 6 miles out.
Okay. You can descend down. You can start descent down.
Okay.
Huntsville for Skyhawk 871 Charlie Papa. We're on our way to Huntsville Executive for some touch and goes.
1 Charlie Papa, 12 Park, is advisory approved.
Squawk 34, Taser advisory approved, 871 Charlie Papa. You want to use COM 1 or COM 2 for Huntsville Exec?
COM 2 is fine.
Okay, you can switch it and flip-flop it.
Weather observation 1.
So this one, that's to listen. We need to change the actual mic here.
Okay, then I don't know how to do that.
It's right here.
Okay.
Do you see what it says C1, C2?
Yes.
That means COM 1, COM 2. Yeah, so switch it to the right.
Okay, there we go.
Very good.
So the light is the one that's... Okay.
Okay. We'll call that 0.6. I have control.
You have the controls?
You can take those foggles off.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yep.
Oh, but that's not even...
Do you have control?
No better. I have the control.
You have control.
I have the controls.
Do you see Huntsville Exec?
Yes.
Okay, do what you need to do, and you can let them know as well.
Huntsville Exec, Skyhawk 871 Charlie Papa, 5 miles to the west of the field. We're going to be maneuvering for a teardrop entry for 36. Huntsville Executive.
Okay, so we'll use runway 36.
Seeing the right thing, correct?
I see Huntsville Exec, but...
Okay, I see it, yeah.
Yep, so position so that you can fly midfield over the top. And what altitude are you descending to?
I'm going to go down to 2,000, hold it there, and then cross over at 2,000. Because they are...
What's the traffic pattern?
Traffic pattern there is... 1,700 feet. So I need 2,200 feet then. Now we are 2,200 feet. And I can see the runway off to my left. No joke.
Yep. Make sure you're watching your altitude. You only allow plus or minus 100.
Get back down to 2,200. I thought I saw somebody. But I saw a plane.
Or something you can knock out while we're on this approach.
You can do the...
And then you just busted your altitude.
Do the descent checklist.
Before we get back to altitude. I have to always bring back the plane to p.m. That's how you prevent yourself from dropping below.
Okay.
Remember, you're only allowed to plus or minus 100. So, have to be proactive, and as soon as you hit that mark where you want to be, set that power setting to where you had it originally. That will always stop you from descending further than you intended.
Okay. Power is desired. Mixture is full rich. Fuel selector is on both.
From that runway 36 favorable, I know winds are calm, but always check the windsock.
Can you see it?
It's on your side.
Must be right under us, I can't see it.
Yep. Yep. See how you're in that midfield of the runway? That's why you have to meet your midfield points, right?
Okay.
So do you see it now? Should be just right below you.
Yes.
You have control again?
Okay.
Have to get the midfield of the runway because that's what the rules state.
Huntsville Executive Skyhawk 70493 is on a 10-mile final for 18 Huntsville.
Okay, so go ahead.
What do you want to tell them?
Huntsville Executive, Skyhawk 871 Charlie Papa is maneuvering to the east for a teardrop entry for 36, Huntsville Executive. Okay, because now he's on, because I don't know what he's flying, because...
He's 10 miles, runway 18.
Let me, can you take the controls, because I can explain this to you, what I'm thinking. You know, okay, he's come for 18 straight in. I don't know if he's doing IFR or whatever.
Huntsville Executive traffic, 70493, we're going to break off the approach for 18 and maneuver for a right pattern for 36, Huntsville Executive.
There you go.
Okay.
Do you have control?
Well, then that answers my question. I have the controls. So, if maybe he didn't hear me then when I said I was going to go to 36.
Well, he's 10 miles out. He probably was talking to somebody else and then tuned in after you announced that you intend to use 36.
Okay.
So that's why it's important that you make regular radio calls. So
Okay.
that people know. Because sometimes he just joins in at the wrong time. That's just
Okay.
normal. Especially at these uncontrolled fields. So what are you doing now?
Huntsville Executive Skyhawk 871 Charlie Papa is maneuvering to enter the downwind for 35, Huntsville Executive, for 36, Huntsville Executive.
Huntsville Executive, Cap 178 is departing runway 36 and will be clearing the pattern to the east, Huntsville Executive.
Okay, let's try and make this a soft field landing.
Okay, soft field landing.
Huntsville Executive traffic, Skyhawk 70493 is 5 miles to the north, 3000, maneuvering for left downwind, or right downwind for 36,
Yes.
Huntsville Executive.
Undercarriage, mixture, prop, seatbelts, gun check, landing lights are on. I see him leaving,
Yep.
and the wind is blowing me towards the runway.
Okay.
Huntsville Executive Skyhawk 871 Charlie Papa, right downwind for 36, touch and go, Huntsville Executive. And we'll bring this back to 16. Wait till we're below 110 and we'll drop the flaps. We're below 110 and our first notch of flaps. Push the nose down. We're 45. Huntsville Executive, Skyhawk 871 Charlie Papa is right base 436. Touch and go. Huntsville Executive. Up 2.
Oklahoma traffic, Skyhawk is going to be a left base. We're on a left base for 18, Oklahoma.
Huntsville Executive Traffic, Skyhawk 871 Charlie Papa is turning final 436. Touch and go, Huntsville Executive.
Departing the pattern to the east. We'll be maneuvering in the east practice area. Huntsville Executive.
They were high, but we got a lot of runway.
Oklahoma traffic, Skyhawk turning final 18, Oklahoma.
Nope, you're not within bounds. Go around.
Okay.
You are at 90. You have to fly the Patton.
And okay, nothing about that felt right. Huntsville Executive, Skyhawk 871 Charlie Papa is going around 436. Huntsville Executive.
What do you think it started messing up?
I think when I turned, downwind to base. When I turned my base leg, I think I was too close.
Nope.
Nope. Okay, then
You started your tail drop at 1.6 miles. You're supposed to start greater than 2. That's how bad you started your approach wrong. Because when you told that, we were about 7.75 miles to the runway. Way too close to allow for a good descent.
Okay.
You see why getting that distance is important? You have to go about 2 miles out. Turn. You get plenty of time for the 45.
Executive traffic, Skyhawk 70493 turn. Base 436.
And then double check with your strut. Are we at traffic pattern?
No, we're above traffic pattern.
Are we?
No, no shit.
You're giving me confidence on Monday, Tim. Start your crosswind.
Huntsville Executive, Skyhawk 70493, final for 36. Huntsville Executive.
Huntsville Executive Skyhawk Traffic. Huntsville Executive Traffic Skyhawk 871 Charlie Papa is right crosswind for 35. For 36. Huntsville Executive. Alright, let's get back down.
John, did you say Jake was coming?
Okay.
Did you say Jake was coming?
You talking to me?
I have no idea.
Okay. Alright. There. Now we're 45. Yes. There's that road.
Yes, traffic, crew check 498 is 9 miles to the south. If anybody's in the pattern, could you let me know which runway you're using?
Huntsville Executive Traffic Skyhawk 871 Charlie Papa is entering the downwind for 35. Right downwind for 35. Huntsville Executive Traffic.
36.
36.
Albertville traffic, crew check 498 is 7 miles to the south. If anybody's in the pattern, could you let me know which runway you're using?
Okay, now am I crazy or is the wind blowing us towards the runway?
That's the other thing you need to take into account. We have, at this altitude, we're having a wind blowing us towards the runway.
Traffic, Skyhawk 70493, clear 36, Huntsville.
But that's why we need that distance so that we can be able to tell.
Okay.
Though you're overcompensating right now because we're drifting out away from the runway.
Traffic, Skywalker November 185 Echo Alpha 5 to the southeast, landing 18 Oklahoma. We'll enter left downwind for 18 Oklahoma.
The other thing is, when you got to Numbers, you were already descending and you were about to push altitude. You have to maintain the altitude you want to hold until you're ready. You're letting the aircraft drift you out. Probably because we didn't retrim when we used this 2100 RPM. Remember, pitch power trim. Whenever you change your power setting, you need to retrim the aircraft. So let's try that again, soft field landing.
Okay. I think I'm too close. Do you think I'm too close? Yeah, I'm too close.
Yep.
Oklahoma traffic, Skylink 70 Golf, 5 southeast inbound from runway 18 Oklahoma.
That's why this road is a trap. Everybody likes to follow it, but it gets you too close.
Speed, you got traffic over Oklahoma, just watching. 500 from right to your drop. Into the left downwind for runway 5, Albertville traffic. Copy, book. Oklahoma traffic, Skywagon, November 185 Echo Alpha is entering the left downwind for 18 Oklahoma.
Okay, so now we are at the numbers. Now we can bring our power back to 16. Below 110. Add that first notch of flat. Push nose down. I can't see. Are we 45 to the numbers? There we go. Huntsville Executive, Skyhawk 871 Charlie Papa is turning right base for 36. Huntsville Executive.
Oklahoma, Skywagon entering at left base for 18 full stop, Oklahoma. Oklahoma traffic, Skylink 70 Golf, enter left downwind, runway 18, Oklahoma, number 2. Albertville traffic, Recheck 498 is overflying the field at 2,500. Forming right here, drops into the left downwind for runway 5, full stop, Albertville traffic.
Oh, it feels like it's like the wind is just turning me every which way.
Yep, you have to adjust and compensate.
Okay.
Final, 18, full stop, Oklahoma.
Huntsville Executive, Skyhawk 871 Charlie Papa is turning final for 36. Huntsville Executive. Okay, we are good on the glide slope for power. Now we're lined up at our other notch of flaps. Now we're low.
What will help is if you hold that A5, 75, 65 on these points.
Traffic, Skyline, left base.
Idle.
Okay, we'll exit here at Delta.
Okay.
You stop braking. Executive traffic, Skyline 71 Charlie Papa is exiting at Delta, back taxiing for runway 36, touching Sunshine Executive traffic.
don't know why this seems like it's so different. It's the same thing that I've been doing.
You're overthinking.
Probably.
Maps up. Then we can just continue taxiing. I have control.
You have the controls.
I have control. Okay. Look out to your left. You see how the reason we're doing it so you can kind of see how it's Paul. See how all the aircraft are kind of. A lot of times they try to have them pointing the same way. Today they don't. They're kind of facing.
Okay.
But you see how the Pilatus and the turboprop and then the twin engine.
Yes.
They kind of point in.
Yes.
Kind of set yourself up like that.
Okay.
You see this taxiway here.
Yes.
Kind of. It follows to the right, but you can kind of just break off in the apron.
Okay.
See how that is?
Yes.
And then you see the central taxiway kind of right in front of where this rosary is.
Yes.
That's the one that I'm telling you to stay clear of, because that's where you point, and you can see that line in front to the left and right. That's kind of a drainage line.
Okay.
But it's a kind of a good point to stop to where you want the engine to be lined up to.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Now those planes, I don't know why they are like that, but that's fine.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. No BS evaluation. Do you think you'll be ready by Monday? And confident by Monday?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't overthink. Run through all the stuff that you're messing up on. Is because you're not running through the stuff that we've always done. Pitch, power, trim. Pitch for what you need. Power what you desire. Trim for that power setting. Have to monitor your altitude. Okay, you have only plus or minus 100. Easiest thing is to aim there and then keep monitoring it, right? Especially when you go into your maneuvers, that's very important, okay?
Aim where?
Aim for whatever you want, right?
Okay.
Don't accept.
Executive Skyhawk 70493 take
Don't accept this thing to deviate more than 50,
Gotcha.
right? Don't, just because you know you can be within plus or minus 100, don't accept that. Maintain what you want to hold.
Okay.
And your traffic pattern, have to get that wing two-thirds or half to two-thirds up that strut, and you have to be dynamic. Remember, it's not consistent. Like right now it's calm downhill, but up top is a little bit windier.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You have to feel the plane and adjust what you need. Part of the other thing is Huntsville Executive sits at around 779. So really also starting, for my opinion, about 100 feet below. Some guys can make it work with 17, but I always find 1800 to be the preferred altitude to do maneuvers and gives you a little bit more of a buffer.
Okay.
The other thing is, have to account for that wind on your base because it's pushing you through. Do you feel that?
Yes.
Okay. We'll head back to Redstone so that we're not running late. Okay. You have control?
I have the controls.
You have control.
I have the controls. Huntsville Executive Traffic, Skyhawk 871 Charlie Papa holding short at Alpha for departure. 136. Huntsville Executive.
You want to give him a little more? Just remember, you don't have to be perfect, but there's still the standard, the ACS standards.
Yes.
Take your time, go slow. If you get overwhelmed,
Huntsville Executive Scott
call for discontinuation.
to the north. Last call.
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
If you get overwhelmed or it's too much, call for discontinuation. That just means that you end the test deal. Okay?
Okay.
You don't need to push and fail, because then you have to pay to restart. If you discontinue, you can schedule, go back up, and then finish what you need to finish.
Okay.
You're good to go.
Huntsville Executive Traffic, Skyhawk 871 Charlie Papa is taking 36 for departure to the west. Huntsville Executive.
And we'll climb up to 2,300 and talk to approach.
Okay.
Just so that we don't have to bother them.
And talk to her or don't talk to her?
No, don't talk to them.
Okay.
We'll stay at 23 just to get below the class 1. You're on the runway. No stopping. Unless it's an emergency.
6. Closer to 4. And airspeed is alive.
Yeah, accounting for the crosswind.
Oh no.
That's the other thing. Have to feel, because you kind of saw how much you drifted to the left, right?
Yes.
That means even though it may be a point calm, there is a crosswind.
Yeah.
Remember, it's never based on what information you hear, is what you see. If you see the plane drifting to the left, bring it back to center line. You can't just say, okay, it says calm, why am I drifting to the left?
Yeah. Huntsville Executive, Skyhawk 871 Charlie Papa is departing the pattern to the northwest. Last call, Huntsville Executive.
Huntsville Executive, Lance 5-3 Victors, at FBO, taxi into 36, Huntsville Executive.
Okay, do what you need and use what you want to get us back to Redstone.
Okay. 12695, that's Redstone, correct? Redstone, 12695. So we can go direct. Pull the power out.
Hey, when they do this, doesn't that kick you? Someone set up a KQ point that's not KQ. Okay, VFR back to KQ until I can figure this out.
Okay.
What altitude you gonna try and hold?
I'm sorry?
What altitude you gonna try and hold?
2,300 feet.
Okay. Don't think I didn't notice that we climbed up to 26 though.
I see the field.
Yeah, walking.
Okay.
After today, you still feel comfortable to do a check ride?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because your style, and I've never flown with Max, so I don't know what his style is like. So I know I can do this on my own. It's just that when the right seat's filled, I start to second guess myself because I don't think I'm a perfectionist, but I always keep hearing, well, I'm going to do this. No, you're not going to, you do it this way. That sort of thing.
Are you going to think like that when Max is here?
Well, no, because I've never, my assumption is, well, one, because I've never been on a check ride. My assumption is he'll say, do X, and then I have to do X, and stay within the standards. But however, if I can do it A, C, B, and instead of A, B, C, and still complete the maneuver, I'm thinking that there's not at this level, in my experience, there's not a whole hill of beans of difference.
Yeah. Biggest thing is that's going to help you. Just make sure you talk your way through the maneuver.
Yes.
That will show the intention of what you're doing.
Yes.
So rather him not knowing what you're doing, it kind of helps cage him.
Yes.
Per se. Obviously, I can tell you right now, carrying myself a lot more stricter than Max.
Okay.
And that's kind of intentional, because the theory is you should go to Max and like, yeah, Jason and them will allow me no, but it does help.
Oh yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Okay, I was looking at the wrong field. Okay, now I see the field. Redstone traffic, Skyhawk 871 Charlie Papa, 9 miles north of the field. We'll be entering the right downwind for 03Feb. Redstone traffic.
One Charlie Papa, 9 Victor Echo. The windsock would indicate a 17 landing right now.
Thank you. We'll switch to 17 for 1 Charlie Papa. Thanks for your help.
One Charlie Papa looks like about 120 degrees.
So that means we'll have a wind from the left. So I'm sorry, go ahead.
Remind me to make sure we put a squawk on there about that radio as well.
Okay.
Redstone traffic, 9 Victor Echo, clear the active Alpha.
Okay, so from the last time we did the straight in, it was 321 nautical miles for downwind, base, and final, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
What altitude do you want to be at 3 miles?
At 3 miles, we want to get traffic pattern.
Yep.
hold this for another 3 miles. Passes on both undercarriage, mixture, prop, seatbelts, landing lights. Redstone traffic, Skyhawk 871 Charlie Papa, about 5 miles north of the field, 417, straight in, full stop, Redstone traffic. Alright. Below 110. And our first notch of flaps. Redstone traffic, Skyhawk 871 Charlie Papa, 3 miles north of the field, straight in for 17, Redstone traffic. I'm just going to leave one notch of flaps in for right now.
Okay.
We're getting kind of squirrely. We're going to have to land with a little more speed. Redstone traffic, Skyhawk 871 Charlie Papa, 2 miles north of the field, straight in 417, full stop, Redstone traffic. Now that turbulence is from the air heating up, correct?
Nope.
Nope.
That's just wind. Too early in the morning for convection, unless it was a summer.
Okay. Okay, now we're low. Redstone traffic, Skyhawk 871 Charlie Papa, short final 417, full stop, Redstone traffic. Okay, let's hold it here. Get on glide slope. Didn't work.
To get that crosswind and keep it.
I thought I had it.
Nope. No, man. know, we won't line up straight with the runway.
Okay. You have controls.
I have control. It's very easy to tell when I'm looking and the nose is pointing this way and we're not lined up. That means you were crabbing more than you're doing the crosswind correction.
Okay.
Especially with how strong those winds are. Like, you saw how much I kicked in as soon as I took over.
Yeah.
That's how I knew.
Okay. Well,
You always know you don't have enough if you're pointing this way and the runway looks like this. That's a crab.
okay.
A good crosswind, you should be basically sideways like that, but still going straight to the runway.
Okay.
You have control, you can taxi us.
Have controls.
Remember, there's a cross control, you dip that wing into the wind, and you have to kick that right rudder. You had part of the aileron component, you didn't have that rudder. All it did was crab us like this.
Okay. Redstone traffic, Skyhawk 871 Charlie Papa is clear of 17 at Alpha Redstone traffic.
After landing checklist. Max is very much a checklist stickler, so he wants to see that being done all the time.
Where did my checklist go? Oh. After landing checklist. Flaps are up, transponders 1200, radio call, strobe lights come off. Alright, shut this down. So, quick set, Alex master switch comes off.
Master switch is off. Fuel selector, left or right, and chocolate cut film.
Any questions?
Not really. Not really.
Don't worry, last flight before checklist is always a rough one for everybody.
I can get this. If you got to meet your next person, I can just. I can,
pass me your logbook because I gotta do all the endorsements.
it's
Thank you. I'll start filling it out. Just fill and then tow it to the stand, okay? And then when you get home, make sure you submit the Yep, and then did you send me a picture of your test yet?
No, because you said to do it after.
That's right, okay. Once you get there, also send me a picture of your test because I'm going to need it to do my part.
Okay.
But then, yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll probably get to it this afternoon.
Okay. Not a problem. Get that done as soon as I get to the house.